Lord of the Red Sands, Lord of the Red Sands. Many are the legends surrounding the wrathful Primarch of the 20th Legion. From the bloody sands of the Dashaean gladiatorial pits to the battlefields of Istvan and the farthest reaches of the Shadow Crusade, the name of Angron is a byword for carnage and berserk fury. Angron, gladiator Primarch of the 14th Legion, is renowned across the galaxy for his savagery and brutal martial code. But amidst the ruins of Istvan III, even as he slaughters his own wayward sons, he finds a unique serenity in the carnage of warfare, no matter whose blood he spills. And for what does the Eater of Worlds hunger above all else? Nothing more than freedom. On Istvan V, Angron rampages across the battlefield, slaughtering the loyalists of the Emperor's children, the Death Guard, and his own World Eaters. One of his last victims is his captain, Koragar, who manages to inflict a small wound to his Gene Father's throat before being struck down. The wound is not enough to slow the Primarch down, much less kill him, but it is more than most of his victims have managed, and Angron is pleased. As a kindness, he stays with Koragar as he dies. The captain, with his last breath, asks his father why he now fights for Horus. Angron says he does not. He learned on Nuceria that the one and only thing worth fighting for is freedom, and now Angron is a free man, no longer the Emperor's slave. There is only one thing worth fighting for. Angron stands and fights the warriors that come from the dead city on Istvan. Some warriors the spawns of his brothers, like Fulgrim or Mortarion. Some are his own sons. They charge dreaming of glory, but find only death and shame at the hands of the Red Angel. Those smart enough to retreat get hunted by Angron. Some of his own sons shoot him from the back and try to disarm him, but Angron manages to kill them all. The bodies of the fallen loyalist sons gather one on top of the other, forming a monument at the feet of Angron, a mountain of bodies. He wonders what tyrant first dreamed of conquest, comparing the Emperor and Horus, likening them as being the same. Thinking of the sacrifices of thousands of civilizations that once lived freely, now forced to be slaves to the Emperor or later on Horus. Conquest is as meaningless as glory. Worse, it is evil in its selfishness. Both are triumphs only in a fool's crusade. Angron walks to his prey, a centurion from the World Eaters, laying with his back against a wall, innards on his leg. He was supposed to be dead, but he defiantly raised his bolter to his primak. Angron pushed it aside with his axe. His loyal sons chanted his name in the ruins of the city. The centurion presents himself. "I am here, Koragar." The World Eater draws in a shivery breath, surely one of his last. His remaining eye seeks his Primarch's face. "That wound at your throat," Koragar's words come with blood bubbling at his lips. "That was me." Angron touches his wounds and smiles. He then commends his son for fighting well. They all fought well. The centurion wants to know why did he join the arch-traitor. Angron says he fights against the Emperor, but the centurion breathes his last breath. Angron closes the eyes of his son. He leaves and finds his sons cheering his name the same way the masters of old cheered for him when he slew a beast. He knew this was not freedom, not yet, but it was a start. He wanted to teach the Emperor an important lesson. As his dying breath would come and he would see Angron's smile, he would learn that freedom is the only thing worth fighting for. It is why tyrants always fall.